Hello, I'm Jared.
And I'm Connor.
And we're twins. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for all your love and support on the first video. We really appreciate it. I think it's nice and fun for everyone to take a break from the whole climate of the world right now.
And we so appreciated reading your comments. They were so thoughtful, and we learned so much more about dreams through them, so thanks.
Yes, dreams are crazy. So if you missed us in the first episode, you didn't miss much. How this works is basically we pick a topic and then we just talk about it for a couple minutes. So Jared, do you want to do the honor?
I would love to. Ooh,
The
art.
Ooh.
The topic is art. Ooh.
Okay, that's exciting. Okay, so the topic is art today. Now, art is just such a force in itself because it all matters on your point of view and how you break down either a portrait or actually just not a portrait, or it can be anything.
Well, and honestly, I feel like in today's world, art is something that often gets either overshadowed by tech or other elements, but there are integrations.
Like tech into art.
Yeah, that's
the
true.
Whole integration. This is such a broad category because everything could be art.
That's true.
In some point of view or some fashion.
But I feel like a lot of people don't talk about art. I guess I feel like millennials don't talk about art as frequently as past generations have. But I guess
disagree.
Well, maybe, yeah.
I think so. I think a lot of people, you just have to be in the right place in the right time.
Well, let's get into it, sweetie. Who's your favorite artist?
I like really abstract art, really, so I like Dali, like Salvador Dali. He is he Italian? No, Spanish.
Spanish.
Yeah, he's Spanish. So. If you haven't seen it, he's famous for the melting clocks painting and the horse, the dead horse painting.
He did a really interesting cartoon with Walt Disney.
Yeah.
He produced a cartoon. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a cartoon that's produced through Walt Disney Animation Studios that is one of the most bizarre, using your word, abstract results, but it's beautiful. It's really a stunning
his art's
cartoon.
Very interesting. Just how he interprets things, everyday objects, is just totally awesome. And then my second favorite would be a female painter would be Georgia O'Keeffe, and I just love her flower portraits, and also she's just beautiful.
But when she had such intuitive and subliminal messages with her art, the idea,
especially about feminism.
Yeah, feminine.
Yeah, flowers
and feminine.
Yeah, and
femininity in general.
Yeah,
which is fascinating.
So I love her art as well. I haven't. So there's actually a museum for Salvador Dali in Spain. And I think there's also
a Georgia O'Keeffe one in New Mexico.
Yeah, and I haven't been to them yet. I think there's also a Dali museum in Florida, if I'm correct. It's just way smaller than the one in Spain.
That's interesting, though.
But I haven't been to them yet, but they're on the bucket list to go. What about you? What's your favorite artist?
So I actually love an artist named Mary Cassatt, and what she did is she drew a lot of impressionist style art containing mothers and their children, and she also did a lot of really beautiful, almost romantic era paintings of women of affluence, women that were wealthy, and it's just I appreciate that her paintings almost look like fabric because they're so soft. It looks like you can touch the garments, you can touch the hair of the model in the painting, and it looks lifelike. So I appreciate really, really pretty cliche versions of art, romanticizing things. I love paintings of royals. I love looking at paintings of Queen Elizabeth.
Any historical painting.
Yeah.
Even
Marie Antoinette.
There's Sheila Broom.
Yes.
I forgot her first name, but she was the main
portrait artist of sort of French Revolution-esque time.
Yeah.
And she has the most beautiful portraits of people that are super flattering. Well,
that's what I took a portrait class in college, and basically portraiture, when you got a portrait commissioned, it, you know, they made, it was like putting a filter on Instagram. Like they made you at your like best self. So they took away the wrinkles, they took away the warts, you know, back then. They took away like everything and made you like the best version of yourself. And because who wants to get a portrait of themselves that is
Look homely.
yeah. Well, some people did, but it's like back then it was very much like to show status and power and beauty and to be awed at and gawked at. So,
Well,
yeah.
I think having a painting of a family member or someone that you love, you want to sort of epitomize them as this epic character, this person.
Yeah.
Like, you want them to be. If someone chose to get a portrait of themselves, they most likely, in my opinion, are going to choose a portrait of themselves in their prime of life rather than if they were like 60. Because you want to envision yourself in that idea of being beautiful. And I think that's one of the things that's so powerful about art, is it allows us to sort of catalog what we feel is beautiful, what we feel is pleasant and pleasing to look at.
Yeah, but then some people, what you could break down like what's pleasant.
That's true. It's all,
Like,
you said yourself,
yeah.
it's subjective.
Yeah, it is subjective.
And like someone, also there's
music,
yeah, music. Oh, that's a fun,
there's
yeah.
dance,
Yeah.
all of it.
And so much media, so many mediums that you can
Yeah.
use in art. I took an oil painting class in college. That was my favorite class of all 4 years of college. I had never really touched oil paints before, and just being able to create something and learning, one of the most elementary things I learned about art that still has really resonated with me is that art in itself is always the absence or presence of light and shadows. And that was something that I learned like anything you can create, you can have a single color of paint. And I remember one of the exercises we did is we had a skull and multiple bones of a skeletal, an anatomy-based human skeleton, and we had to use turpentine, oil paints, and paper towel to make a seemingly three-dimensional representation of this skull with one color of paint. And that was such a challenge, and I loved it. I had such a great time, and just the absence of hues, or the gradation of hues, it was just so interesting to learn about that.
Yeah,
And commanding colors. Like,
Yeah.
we're feeling groovy.
yeah,
You
like
can see,
tie-dye is
yeah.
an art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love a tie-dye.
Yeah, same. But and then it's just like very much. I think the hot topic right now is science, with art influence and vice versa. So I know that was very like for all the colleges right now. They're like, oh, like let's introduce art into the STEM like categories of STEM careers, because the combination of the two will create all these awesome results, and you can use art to like influence teaching and instruction and
Oh my
stuff
gosh,
like
yeah.
that. So yeah, art is just very cool. Like, I love, my favorite type is art that anything that takes you out of your comfort zone, because that's when you really realize like, oh, this is a new idea that has popped in my head, or even uncomfortable art, because even though at the same time it's shocking, but it takes you to this new way of thinking, or like it tries to explain ideas that you're not used to.
Well, it's interesting too, when you find art that makes you uncomfortable, I think it's interesting to see how one justifies that art. Like, they try to
Yeah.
grant meaning to it that makes it less comfortable.
That, or also I think maybe that's their comfortable.
Yeah, what it's supposed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That
it's
makes them
so
comfortable.
different from what they are used to, or what's
Yeah.
appealing to them,
Mhm.
that it becomes uncomfortable. But we are and we're forgetting one right now. Media such as
Yeah.
videos,
Also, we forgot
films.
literature.
literature, which as an English major in college, I'm all about.
Yeah.
So, and we will hopefully break into subgenres
There's
because
so much. I'm
Yeah.
like trying to like, oh my gosh, we could go so many like aspects with this.
we may be doing a disservice to art in general for doing a
Yeah.
pocket-sized episode.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
But let us know. Would you like longer episodes? In the comments below, do you want longer episodes? Do you want more specific subjects? Because there's a lot in this bucket.
Well, and also let us know what your favorite artist is. And
Yeah.
like, what's your favorite painting even? Maybe you just have a painting that's your favorite.
And more importantly, why?
Yeah.
Is your favorite painting
Yes.
something that you've created?
Because
Or-
art is all about instilling emotions on the viewer. So yeah, tell us, why do you like this painting? What brings you? There's so many people. You're like, why do so many people visit the Mona Lisa every year? Like, all this is a portrait of there's like different conspiracy theories, but of a woman just sitting there. Like, but why is it so monumental with audiences all over the world? Is it just because of its fame? But how did it get famous? That's the like breakdown of why do people enjoy looking at it so much? So
Yeah. But we hope you enjoyed this episode and all of our ramblings, and we are looking forward to seeing you again soon. Until then, choose kindness, stay safe, and
stay healthy.
choose kindness, stay safe, stay healthy. Triple T signing out.
Bye.